Whether you're looking to take the grandkids to Disneyland, looking to tour the US, or you just want a long vacation, this Class C right here can do them all flawlessly. Let's get into it. The kitchen features expansive countertop space, 3-burner recessed cooktop with a convection microwave oven, and a 10 cubic foot fridge freezer. This is the 2025 Forester 3011 DS, and one of the reasons so many people love this floor plan is because of the huge countertop space you get in this kitchen. There is just an incredible amount of prep space, and I kind of like this. What they did is they have a cutout here for your trash can. Now, the only thing I don't like is you can only access the trash can from outside, but they did that so you have extra storage, which is pretty darn smart. So if we take a look at some of that storage, you have a bank of 4 drawers, full extension, and ooh, all of them are slow close. Love that. And then you will also see again where that trash can is. They gave you some additional storage right here for spices or, cans, kind of a little pantry, whatever else you want to put in there. You have magnetic catches on everything as well. And just in case this isn't quite enough countertop space for you, they give you a little extension here on the end as well. You also see that they have wireless charging, so you can drop your cell phone there, and kind of an awkward place to have it, but it's nice to have the wireless charger. And then right up top is going to be the TV. Now, the thing that's cool about this is it's straight across from our theater seating that we'll see in just a little bit. Also, they made it super simple to be able to put different components back here. If you want a Blu-ray player, you can throw it back here, have your whole collection there, hook it up to the back of the TV, just makes it super easy. And not only is this a smart TV, this is a 12-volt TV. So what that means to you is that you don't need to have shore power or your generator running to be able to use the TV. You can be out in the middle of nowhere, and as long as you have battery, that bad boy is still going to work, and that is awesome. Open this up, you can see great storage all the way along the top. Same thing right over to this side here. And then as we drop back down, of course, we get into our undermount stainless steel bowl because these countertops are thermoformed. You have the nice big drying rack here that kind of rolls all the way across. Love that. High-rise faucet, recessed 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover, updated backsplash here for 2025, and then down underneath is going to be the microwave convection oven, so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. Then over to this side, this is going to be a 10 cubic foot fridge freezer combo. I mean, look how many bottles of water we have in that thing. And then right down underneath, that's going to be your freezer compartment right there. The thing that's really cool about this, though, is because it is 12 volt, this also runs on battery. But new for 2025, this comes with auto gen start. So if your batteries start getting too low, you can set that. Boom, it'll kick your generator back on, charge your batteries back up, and now your food will stay cold and you can continue to watch TV. And right next to the fridge is this large pantry. You'll also see that you have the pull-out baskets right here, so it just makes it super easy to access anything you put in there, and then you have additional shelving up top. The living area consists of a U-shaped dinette and theater seats directly across from a TV. All of them have seat belts. You'll also see big windows in the slide and upper cabinets along the top of the slide box. Let's start off with the U-shaped dinette. So there's some things I really like about this and some things that I have a few questions on. The thing I love about a U-dinette is that it is great for converting it into a bed. If you need additional sleeping space, this is an excellent spot. Yes, we have the cab over where 2 people can sleep, but as you will see, there are 4 seatbelts here, plus the ones in the theater seat, so you can bring quite a few people with you. Now, the thing that I question is that they have 4 seat belts here. And I'm, again, big fan of a U-dinette, but I understand the 2 on this side. But help me understand the 2 here. I think you're going to run into some knee issues. If you have little kiddos, yes, I think 4 will work. If not, honestly, I think you're getting 3 people around this. But either way, it does have that additional seating space. Obviously super useful for when you get to your destination. And I like the easy access storage. You can see, obviously you can fit a ton of stuff in there. Privacy screen here for the cab, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I do like how easy it is to access that storage. And again, those are going to be slow close. My preferred seating, however, is going to be right over here in the theater seats. You can see these are going to be super comfortable. This, my opinion, is going to be the best way to ride. You have, driver, passenger, you can sit right here. Everyone's going to be in the conversation. If you do have additional people in the U-dinette, great. But this is going to be the seat to ride in. This is going to be the seat to sit in, and you have the TV directly across from it. Some cup holders here as well, and you have little built-in trays. So if you need to have a snack, you can do that. USB ports are going to be built in here as well, so you can charge devices. Plus, you'll have additional USB ports right up top and the net here, so you can drop your phone in and charge. You also see LED light strips underneath the cabinets. And speaking of cabinets, take a look at how much storage you have up top. You have just a massive amount of uppers all the way across, which I think was a good call, and they still give you some pretty big windows to let in a lot of natural light. Up front in the cab, you have a 10-inch display as well as a rear view mirror with all 3 cameras, and over top of that is going to be the cab over bed with windows on both sides and a privacy curtain. The 3011 is built on the Ford E450 chassis, and they have a couple additions in here that I really like. One of them is going to be the large 10-inch touchscreen display. A couple things with that one. It is Sirius XM radio if you use Sirius. It is also Android Auto and Apple CarPlay capable, so you can use all of those features. But something that really sets this one apart is actually this right here. The fact that they give you kind of like the rear view mirror that acts like a rear view mirror, because in here you can have several different cameras. You can have just the backup camera, a rear observation camera, so it will act like that mirror, but you can also get your side view cameras. And they mount those a little bit lower too to give you better visibility, especially when backing into a campsite. So all this, I really just like some of the tech that they have put up here. Right up top is going to be your cab over. So this is 440 pound weight capacity, a little bit less than some of the others that are out there, but still sufficient for more than likely for a couple kiddos, an adult, possibly 2. As we saw earlier, we did have a privacy screen to be able to close this off. There, of course, is a ladder. The ladder, they have a nice spot for it to mount right here, which I do like. Then you'll see windows on both sides, so you have that cross ventilation. The other thing I do want to touch on is the fact that both of these seats do swivel in this floor plan, and they give you little seat boosters here, so that when you swivel it around, your knees aren't in your chest. You can sit up a little bit higher and actually be comfortable. The bathroom is a split bath with the shower on one side and your toilet room with the porcelain bowl on the other. However, you can close the door and it will make one large ensuite. The shower you will see has like a rain glass shower door on here, and as far as size, if I step in at 6 foot tall, thanks to the skylight, I can stand up no problem. Now on the other side is going to be our toilet. The thing I do like about this though is that I can open this door right here, and as you will see, it creates an ensuite. And on the back side of the door, you have very convenient places to be able to hang up some additional clothes, or if you want to use it like a bathrobe, but it's perfect for hangers. And then inside this part of the bathroom here, you will see your countertop over to the side. It does have a sink top cover, so if you need to get ready and you don't necessarily need to use the sink, it does provide a little more counter space. I actually think that's really smart. Underneath that, of course, is going to be your oval bowl. Right in front is a mirror, and then as I mentioned, we have a porcelain foot flush lever toilet. Now, something else that I do like, there's a few things. One, we have a vent here, so you know, if it's a cold day, you'll still stay nice and warm. The other is the fact that it has a motion sensor courtesy light. So that way, if you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and you have to use the bathroom, hopefully you don't trip. The other nice thing about this is if you need to get changed, you have all this space to do it. And we do have a privacy curtain, so you can close that off. And again, this just kind of becomes a bathroom. But if you leave it open, like I said, you get the big ensuite into the bedroom. The bedroom features a slide-out queen bed, large rear window, plus windows in the slide, and an abundance of storage. The bed itself is going to be in a slide out, and it is an RV queen. So it'll be 60 by 74 inches, so about 6 inches short of a residential queen. You'll see in both sides of the slide you have windows, but they both open, so you can have cross ventilation in case you don't want to run the AC, which there are 2 in here. You also see some reading lights and a headboard here. The other thing I really like about the bedroom is just the amount of storage. Right here at the foot of the bed, you get another TV. This is a 27-inch, again, 12 volts, so you can run it off batteries. And once again, there is storage behind that. You also have storage underneath, plus large wardrobes on both sides. Lastly, there is a huge rear window that lets in a ton of natural light. So let's take a look at some of the outside features, because there are a lot. Again, this one is built on the Ford E450. You can see it also has, well, maybe you can't see, but it has a DuraShield on here, which helps protect the front end from some of those rock chips as you're driving down the road. Up top, you have a one-piece fiberglass front cap. This is great to help prevent any kind of water intrusion as you're driving down the road, because having the front cap kind of wraps the seal around to the side rather than being right up front. Also, if we take a look at the roof, I know it's a little tough to see, but they use a fiberglass roof on here, which is arguably the best type of roof you can have on a motorhome. So again, just kind of showing you some of the quality that Forester is putting into their units. Now, this one is obviously gorgeous, but that's, you know, it would be gorgeous regardless, but it's even better because this one has the full body paint option, as you can see. And again, it really just shines, pops. You can kind of see the sparkle in like some of these blacks and stuff. It really just is a sharp, sharp color. You'll have the fiberglass running boards here, so you can step up into the cab a little bit easier. Of course, our mirrors are going to extend out beyond as well, and those are going to fold. And on top of that, for added visibility, as we talked about inside, this one has side view cameras. And again, where a lot of Class C manufacturers will either, you know, like put it in the mirror or kind of mount it here, they mount them nice and low so that if you are backing into a campsite and there's a stump or something, you have that visibility. That way it kind of helps prevent any of those blind spots. So I do like where they place those. Kind of taking a look up top, you will see the large power awning with LED light, couple of JBL speakers underneath that. Right down underneath, you'll see some additional storage. It is going to be rotocast, so it's nice and easy to wash out. You don't have to worry about like having metal or anything in there like they used to, where it's going to rust out. That is no longer going to be the case. Those are some minor storage compartments. Right back here, though, you're going to have a few larger ones. So if we take a look at this one, there's also an access panel right here, and we can drop this down to be able to get to the water pump. So I'm glad that they thought of that, made sure that that was nice and accessible. And then the majority, watch slide here, the majority of your storage is going to be right here in the back, right? So you can see you have this huge storage compartment. The thing I really like about this is if you notice right down here, there's a drain. So for me, I'm not saying this is for everyone, but I don't know, let's say hypothetical scenario, you want to take this tailgating, you can fill this with ice. Then as it melts, it'll just drain right out, put some beverages in here. This really makes like a portable cooler, just a really neat concept. You can also see that there is pass-through. So if you have larger items, you know, if you have skis or fishing poles or something that's going to be bigger, you can slide that underneath, which is fantastic. Few things on the back here I want to talk about. You see that it is kind of finished off. They give you like this, kind of like a finished bumper look, rather than just having like a square steel tubular bumper like you would have on a towable. Again, it's nice and finished off, which I really like down here. And on top of that, if we drop down, we will see that you have a 7,500 pound hitch with a 7-way built in. So if you plan on towing a vehicle, which a lot of people that have a Class C do, this makes it a heck of a lot easier, and it kind of ups the vehicle that you're able to tow. You'll also see the propane quick connect back here in case you want to do a little bit of grilling. If we take a look up top, a few things I want to point out. Well, one really, that's the fact that kind of built into that spoiler up top, you will also see that there's a backup camera built in right in there. And again, that's what gives us that visibility that we saw in the rear view mirror. And then on the utility side, again, kind of the same thing we had on the driver's side. We'll see that we have a nice big bin here. Again, that pass-through storage right in the back. Coming up a little bit further is the wet bay. You have the outside shower. Our terminations are going to be here. Black tank flush, city water inlet. All that will be located right here. There's some hidden storage kind of tucked away underneath the U-shaped dinette. We'll see the seat belts. But again, right there, you have just a little bit extra that you're able to use. And then if we drop down under the slide, we will see some additional storage. They really utilize the space down here well. They give you this big compartment, which I really like, again, for larger items. And then the one very up front there is going to be our generator, which is a 4,500 watt Jenny. Now with a Class C, it's also important that it rides well, and the Forester does an excellent job thanks to two different components. One of them is going to be the Ride Right air helper springs. So that's definitely going to give you a nice smooth ride. You're able to control those in the back. We'll have the little fittings to be able to do that. And it also has the Hellwig sway control on here, which will help with some of those crosswinds, especially when you're going, anywhere that's going to be mountainous. It really just makes this a very smooth riding coach. Now something else that's very unique here, not necessarily the TV, right? We've definitely seen that before. But once again, this is going to be a 12-volt TV, so it'll run off your batteries. This one here is going to be a 32-inch. But if I pull this out, remember I talked about the trash can inside and how we had to access it from outside? This is how we get to it. So I like the fact that, again, that there was some ingenuity that went into it, in the fact that because you access it from the outside by moving the TV, they just have one compartment here and they gave you storage inside. But do you think it's a pain to have to do this every time to get to your trash? Or do you like the fact that they did that for a little bit of extra storage? I want to know your thoughts. I have mine, but let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it.